lights, they guide the way to Gerry's, fighting through the fray. They built a haven strong and true, a place called you first just for you. Stand with Gerry, rise up.
We're chatting now with Gerry Murray, who is on the board of Blanchardstown Centre for Independent Living. We'll find out what it's like to be on the board and how you got involved. So, first of all, you're very welcome to the show, Gerry.
Thanks very much, John.
So you might tell us, how in the name of God did you end up getting involved with BCIL?
I come in first a few years ago as a volunteer. I'm still a volunteer, of course. They always say, like, be careful what you volunteer for, you know. But I come in under Fingal Disability Network, and I kind of unfortunately that left here and went somewhere else. And I started getting an interest in what BCIL was, you know, Blanchardstown Centre for Independent Living. I started getting interest in the work that they were doing, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, this is great, I'd love to be able to help out and that, you know. And then a position came up on the board, and I says, yeah, I'll have some of that, thanks very much. And I come up as the secretary of the board, and I'll be one of many, and many has gone before us, like, you know. But I thought, you know, let's try something and let's do something that's good for the community, you know, because as I said, I've looked at the work that they actually do, that the staff do here, and it's incredible. Yeah. You know, it really is. Like, they go beyond what they do, you know, like, and you know, they treat everybody with it like as family kind of thing, you know, and that's me, you know, that's what I like as well, you know. I'm more of a people person, but to be able to help by even becoming a board member and help along the lines of whether there's funding coming or whether we can assist them in any way as a board and make sure that everything is okay, you know. So I really enjoyed my time, and I'm learning a lot of things about disabilities, about people with disabilities and that, you know. And I'm also learning about the different operations that we do here, you know.
So it means a bit more than just being on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm a board member, but I'm also also work with the girls here and the boys, and I do other things. I volunteer and I give me time where I can, and I help people who sometimes are struggling. You know, I am the development officer, for BCIL as well. So
very good.
So I have a role there, even as a board member, but as a volunteer to help other people along the way. You know,
it's a busy role, yeah.
PDO. It is, yeah, but it's something that, like, you know, when you're doing things in life and you enjoy what you do, it's not a chore, you know. It's just so enjoyable, and you get a lot out of it. It's not what you get out of it, like, it's what other people get out of it that makes it so special, you know. And with the wide range of staff that they have here, you know, it's multicultural really here, and some people struggle, you know, and you know, and some people are really like looking for careers and the whole lot. So I have a chance to help them to point them in the right direction and signpost them where they might need to go and the whole lot, and what would be best for them and what they're able for, and you know. But yeah,
that's a very busy role, but it's not your only role.
It's not, no. Fortunately, I have many hats. One of my favourite hats is mental health, you know, and that's another road that I went on, and I had a dream and a vision of starting something up, and basically it's a cafe. So I run a cafe down in Blanchardstown, St. Bridget's, every Monday morning from 10 o'clock till 1. And then we're down there from 6 to 9 at night, and it's open to everybody. Yeah. We're also there on a Wednesday night from 6 to 9.
And who comes to it?
we have people who are service users, people who have been discharged out of the hospital, people who are on a waiting list. I can't for the life of me think why people it should be on a waiting list with mental health, you know. And we also have people who are just let go out of the services.
Yeah.
But whether they're let go and that, it doesn't really matter, because it doesn't mean that once they're let go out of the service that mental health is fixed. It's not fixed by any means, you know, because it takes at least another 2 years before you get back to any sort of normality. And, you know, I've seen, because of my own experience, I found that I was isolated and left on my own for most of my life through my mental health and that, you know. And I seen this and I think, like, what can we do different? So we started off with 4 people. And we've over 30 now.
Wow.
And they actually love it. Because they're not on their own anymore, even if they're sick.
They belong.
Absolutely. And we've actually had families, members as well, mothers down to ask us about their children, because sometimes people find they don't understand mental health, and they think that the person is probably making it up or messing or something like that. And, you know, mental health is a long, thin line, you know, and you're going from reality into not reality, and, you know, you're back and forward in and out of it, and it's not made up, it's very real, you know. But the people left there and they had a better idea of what mental health was about. And I would encourage other people, if they want to talk, it's not only from people with mental health, it's for people. You know, people can suffer from mental health at any time of their life.
Yeah.
You know, they can get a letter in the door, they can be in traffic, a death will cause you're working all your life and then you end up with a disability. You know, these are things that would set people off with their mental health, and they've never suffered before. Overloading in work, you know, you have your family life and then you're getting too much in work and then you're trying to jiggle the two of them. You'll end up with mental health with that as well, you know. But we also do a course called W.R.A.P, Wellness
Now that's a
Recovery
lot to
Action
get
Plan.
on to that, because that's a very interesting course.
Absolutely. And like, I was 3 months in the high dependency unit when my psychiatrist sent me for this course when I was well. You don't always have to be well, you just have to be able to turn up. We did a course and we did level 1, and I did level 1 a few times until I got it right, and then I went on and done level 2, and I enjoyed level 2 so much that they asked me would I go on and do level 3, advanced level facilitator. And I have a co-facilitator, Gerry, who works with me, and only because he has to. You know, his mental health will never get better. He doesn't actually. No, he's the quiet, he's the silent partner kind of thing, you know. But but it's a program that is always about, it's all about looking after yourself, you know, and what gives you hope and what takes hope away, and usually it's people, place and things. We run that on the North Circular Road. It's called what we call a rolling W.R.A.P, so people can join it at any time. And we have that down on the recovery hub on the North Circular Road from 10:30 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the day. We also have another one we run ourselves. It's voluntary. Everything that I do is voluntary. We have another one that we run in Blanchardstown Hospital, up at the back in the admin catering building, room A, on a Saturday morning at 11 o'clock till 1 o'clock. And the last few Saturdays we've got over 20 people at both of them. So we've gone from 4 to 20 coming attending the course. Everybody doesn't come together. People turn up at the Café and that's fine. People turn up at the W.R.A.P and that's fine. Our whole idea is to get these people up into level 2.
Yeah. That
we can kind of send these people to other, like, what I always say, like, we're the people whose stories have never been written.
Yeah.
And people has never read our stories. They can read about mental health, but they're not reading about our stories themselves, you know. So I'm trying to get people to be the author of their own destiny, you know.
And is level 2 the one that gets you to that stage? Level 2,
once you do level 1, we will then, we're because we're advanced level facilitators, we're able to bring you through to level 2. And we will mentor you in level 2 to teach level 1. So if we have 2 facilitators, we'll be in the room with them. We'll guide them through the whole thing. And it's you know what, it's lovely because, if you walked in the shoes, like, you don't need to be reading books. You have that experience, you know. And I've always said that to people, we are the experience, you know, that people are reading about.
You must get great joy out of seeing somebody graduate through the levels.
It's, you know, it's unbelievable because, you know, we always go with the value and ethics of the W.R.A.P program, you know, and we accept each person as they are, unique individuals. And we've had people come in, even that's still in the group now, we've had people come in and they're like, basically they're looking at the table when they come in, or they're sitting there with their eyes closed. 4 weeks into the course and their head is up.
Brilliant.
And I can see the spark back in their eyes.
Person in them.
I'm looking into their soul and I'm looking into their eyes, and I can see that life coming back into them. And there's no money will buy that, you know. And I don't go looking for funding because, like, I'm not waiting on anybody to get us well. We've been doing okay so far. We've been supporting ourselves. There's other people there offering funding and that. I don't really care whether they give us funding or not, you know. I don't really, because we're able to manage ourselves. We've managed so far without them. And if they have money, fine. If they don't have money, that's fine too, you know. But we're like, we had insurance. We had to insure ourselves, and we are insured. And I was paid it last year, and Gerry's the same. Like, we're quite a bit out of pocket at the moment, because we've nowhere else to go. And but the group put it together, and, like, you know, we paid for the insurance. The group paid for the insurance.
Brilliant.
They all mucked in because, like, we don't charge them for anything. You know, and this is the beauty of it, and this is what I think. This is what makes it all the more better. It's something that's been started that hasn't been around, you know, to make that connection to when we have people who have been sitting in their rooms for 2 years and now they're out. They're unbelievable people. Like, we have a horticulturalist with us who was struggling for years. We have artists with us, we have songwriters, we have everything we have, you know. And I always say to people, you know, we suffer from mental health, we don't suffer from stupid health.
No,
you know. So people sometimes they take the power and they help people with mental health, but then they won't give them back their lives. They think that they know what's best for them. Unfortunately, that's the wrong way to go about it. You know, the person has to get his own life back again. You know, I wasn't put on this earth to live anyone else's life, but I can sure make a difference to other people's lives, given half a chance.
Where do you get the time?
I just find the time, you know, and funny enough, when I travel in the morning, I get the 38. If I get the 38 bus, I'm either coming to Coney Clubhouse where I attend, or I'm coming to BCIL. If I get the 39, I'm either going to do the course in the hospital, or I'm coming to the mental health cafe. So I make my decisions on the day.
On the bus.
And, like, I don't live ahead. I live whatever is in the day. I live day by day, and that's the way I am. And I know at times there doesn't be enough room in the day or enough time in the day for anything, but you always make time, you know. We have to give, because we don't know how long we're here. No one is guaranteed tomorrow.
That's it.
It's what you do today, and you live the best you can for one day, and that's what I find. And I find I get what I need to get done. If I have 5 things to do, even if I only get 4, I'm thinking, well, that's a good day. If I get 2 of them done, that's a good day. You know, but my day just seems to unfold as I go along, and I get a few meetings in between as well, you know, for my addiction, for my alcoholism as well, and that's fine. But it's time. It's all time. There's plenty of time on the clock once you're living in the day for them moments.
Do you think mental health is a lifelong thing?
Mental health can be, for me, it's long term. For other people, it's long term. A lot of people suffer short-term mental health. They just don't admit it. So we still have the stigma around mental health, and people think that if they say anything in the job and they go sick out of the job, that they're going to be judged and they won't get their promotion or anything like that. Whereas if they had, like, a health and safety officer for mental health in the job, because you don't know who's coming into any workplace and what has gone on in the home. They don't know, and then you're giving them work to do, and then we're overloading them, and then there's people who can't say no, and they say yes until they break. You know, that's the short-term mental health, and people don't see it till it's too late. You know, I'm kind of glad that some jobs, especially around mental health, are changing, that they can go to somebody and they can talk about it. But like, short-term mental health is probably very dangerous. I find it very dangerous because people act on the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
You get an awful lot of suicide spur of the moment things because all of a sudden everything is on top of them.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and they can't see a way out. You know, where long-term is the same. You can get the help for that too. But the chances are the short-term bit I'd be really worried about, because we don't know. You could end up from one trigger to 5 triggers all in one day, and that's the pile up in your head that you're trying to mix. You know, and as I said, it's like a washing machine. I always open the door of the washing machine and I help people take out the socks one by one, rather than take out the whole wash together, because that's what I try to do and I can't.
Yeah.
You can only get one thing
that's
out at a time.
Analogy, yeah.
Absolutely. And people get it because, like, your head is like a wash machine anyway. And I never knew where to start on my journey until a psychologist showed me on the wall in my head, and I took them socks out one by one, and I walked on there. I didn't need to go back to the beginning. I didn't need to go to the end. I picked the spot and I went forward and I went backward and I went forward and then I went further back, and it was a slow journey, but I've done so much work on myself over the years, and you know, I still get bad days. I've had bad days during this week. You know, the little thing on the shoulder keeps coming at me now and again, you know, with the suicide and the whole lot, and I think because I'm doing things for other people, you know, I always say your head is like a bad neighbourhood. Yeah. You never go in there on your own. And because I'm doing stuff for other people, it keeps me well, you know. And because I'm doing so much stuff now that actually I haven't got time to be dying of suicide. Brilliant. You know, yeah. But then on my spare time, then I do electric picnic every year as well with Shine.
Oh,
yeah, so I'm an ambassador with Shine as well.
That's brilliant.
So I do a lot of the green ribbon stuff in September.
Big, large group of young
Absolutely,
people.
Yeah, and they're always looking for ambassadors out there. You know, there's a great service, and they really do an awful lot of work for individuals and family alike. You know, and they're spreading their wings now. And the green ribbon this year, when you get the green ribbon and that, you'll see the Shine logo on it and that, which is great. Shine.ie if anyone wants to look them up. You know.
I mean, yes. Do you think governments or health services will ever be serious about mental health? I believe that they go so far, then they let people go out on their own, when in some cases they're not able to.
Yeah, well, I think the bigger picture, I think, no, they don't get it. Yeah. They don't get it. People say, I know about mental health. They actually don't. You know, you lift up my head, take it out and have a look inside and tell me you understand what's going on in there, because that's what people are like. Yeah. You know, they don't understand it. You don't have to be a professional to understand mental health. You don't have to be anything. You just have to sit there with the person and look after them. Yeah, absolutely. Just to have an ear and listen and a bit of empathy with them and that, you know. But I always say to the people in the group that we do, and anyone that I speak to, stop waiting on other people to fix you. Okay. Start yourself. Yeah. Like I will say, and I would never knock the HSE, you know. I know the funding is not great, and it could do with a big injection of funding and the whole lot, but it's not that. It's the way they're doing it. We're the piece of the jigsaw that they forget to put in the complete jigsaw. Yeah. You know, so we're kind of treated differently, because I don't know why, but I always find that, and I tell people that the likes of the community nurses, the psychiatrists, the GPs, the social workers, all the services are there. We just have to move 50% to meet them halfway. Yeah. You know, the W.R.A.P program that I do, I don't have a problem. I love when I get sick. Yeah. Because of the services, and there's not great services around, but when my mental health goes and I put my hand out, I have a GP, I have a psychiatrist, I have a community nurse, I have people who grab my hand.
Brilliant.
And that's the thing where I look to. I talk to people and they go, every time I go down there's a different psychiatrist and the whole lot. I said, it doesn't matter. There's somebody seeing you. If there's something going on with you, they'll write it down. They don't need to read your whole file. Yeah. They'll look at what you went the last time and they'll look at that part. If anything is a red flag to them, they will put up the red flag.
Brilliant.
But they meet once a month, then once a week as a team.
Yeah.
And the team get together, and if something is going on, they will bring it to the main psychiatrist and they'll bring it to the team and things will be put in place for you. So,
Good.
I mean,
That's a good system.
Absolutely, but the thing about it is it's for people to change their thinking around it and stop moaning about like, oh, I was down there, there's another psychiatrist down there and different one every time I go down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's somebody there when you go down.
someone there with the ear, yeah.
You still have the same problems. They're going to write anything that you need down there for you, and they're going to check her up. Like I got a guy and I was on a medication and it was bloating me. I ended up putting on a stone a year, so I was 5 stone. And he brought it to my attention, and he was only, I haven't seen him. He was on the phone and he goes, "I'll have to take it off then because, like, you know, they're I could have a heart attack or something anyway."
Yeah.
But I was lashing the weight on, you know. And he made a good choice and a good decision for me.
Yeah.
You know, for me health and the whole lot. I never seen that chap. He spoke to me over the phone and I think, that's great, thanks very much for that. So I don't knock the services that I have. I try and use them to the best of my ability because I'm still going in with my mental health. They're sitting down there doing a job. They're going to write down whatever I say, do whatever they can for us, or bring it to the attention of their seniors. And that's, you know, if we change our thinking around like that, you know, and that's what the W.R.A.P programme teaches us to do, to advocate for ourselves and to even be able to take responsibility and take back our own power and our own, have our own choices and options of what we want, you know.
I think it's fabulous. Really, really enjoyed your story. Really enjoyed all the steps that you've taken and shown that there is help out there and you will get yourself free if you go and take them. Thanks a million for coming on the show, Gerry Murray.
Thank you very much, Sean.
You're very good.
They break down walls where shadows tremble, now courage calls. Their voices echo through the haze. A brighter future they always blaze. No one left behind, no hand unheld. This is the dream they've proudly spelled. Stand with Gerry, rise above the night. Warriors of hearts, they shine so bright. For every survivor, they break down walls where shadows tremble, now courage calls. Through the storm, they sang your name.